Say, boys, who wants to help me give Hitler a knuckle sandwich?
The tall man with the high hat will be coming down your way. Get your savings out when you hear him shout, any bonds today? Come on and get him, folks. Come on, skip right up and get him. Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom, that's what I'm selling. Any bonds today? Scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man, asking you to buy your share of freedom today.
Sure hope nothing horribly offensive happened at the end of that cartoon. Anyway, I figured that since I went a little bit past my cutoff date in the Violent Shit 3 video, I'd balance things out by going all the way back to 1942.
Dear Cinema Snob, I would like to inform you that even though Violent Shit 3 had a release date of 1999, it was clearly filmed in 1993, making it acceptable for your cutoff date.
The fuck? You're the one who told me it was made in 99!
P.S. Lord!
Yeah, deal with that email later. We gotta talk about a feel-good wartime action picture. What the fuck? I may have used Bugs Bunny in the opening credits, but after listening to this zany music, I actually have the feeling Bugs Bunny is really in this movie. Ah! Hitler! Hitler, Dead or Alive is one of the many wartime-era action films to come out of the early 1940s. It's about three stereotypical gangsters who take on the daunting task of, you know, killing Hitler. The movie stars popular character actor Ward Bond, presumably because he's the closest actor they could find, whose name sounds a little like War Bond. Wait, never mind. This is just an older version of Nightmare City. Now the original nightmare becomes reality. We open on a wealthy businessman who seems to be creating John Carradine. He's approached by a couple reporters who ask him to elaborate on his mysterious connection to three small-time convicts. Hey, as long as it doesn't involve Coleman Francis, we could still be in for a pretty good movie. Turns out the businessman placed an ad in the newspaper offering up $1 million bounty for the capture of Hitler. I know that $1 million may sound like a small fee for the apprehension of someone as evil as Hitler, but in 1942, $1 million was today's equivalent of 587 billion swing dresses. These are our three wise guys, Steve, Dutch, and Joe.
Hey, Steve, the joint's empty. Steve, why don't you forget about this? There's lots easier ways of making money.
Right? You could become the Three Stooges and open a plumbing business.
Is there a guy around here named Thornton?
Well, Mr. Thornton's in the midst of an experiment just now. Perhaps you could call him.
Look, Toots, tell him he can play with his toys later.
Toots? God damn it, I love you, 1940s. The boys approach the businessman about his ad in the paper.
I just wanted to find out if this is on the level.
We got a little problem with this Hitler fella. We have ways of making him disappear. That is, if your offer still remains, shall we say, generous?
I think you can consider the little guy with a trick mustache the same as with a lily in his hand right now.
They even prove to the man that they are indeed convicts by showing him their own picture in the paper, which was clearly not taken only 5 minutes before they entered the office.
But, Mr. Magic, it seems to me that this is slightly different than your usual operations.
The guy's nothing but a mobster. He can be had.
Yeah, just like a mobster, if he did drive-bys to entire countries. So anyway, while Speaker Boehner here plays with his smoke donuts, a lawyer is brought in to seal the deal.
Upon being furnished satisfactory evidence that Adolf Hitler, alias Hitler, a resident of Central Europe, is dead.
He wanted to keep the last name Schicklgruber, but it just didn't sound Hitler-y enough.
When we say Hitler, we mean the real Hitler, not one of his doubles.
Damn it, I guess that rules out capturing Peter Sellers, Alec Guinness, or Anthony Hopkins. Of course, any attempt to capture Hitler has to come with a little bit of risk.
What are you going to do about the language? They still speak German over there.
Nothing to it, mister. We used to run a beer racket in Milwaukee. We'll get along all right.
That, and this movie was made in the 1940s, where in the movies, if someone didn't speak English, they just sounded like this.
Macht ein Blitzkrieg, aber Sauerkrauten mit seiner Haben der Hunderten Linnen, mit Stammeln in der Backe, Obhassen, Pfeffer, Gluten, Bluten, Bluten, Toten, mit roten Toten.
The boys go off on their mission with help from the same style of montage that you'd see in a Chevrolet PSA. They join up with a paratrooping unit, only to take their pilot Johnny hostage so they can parachute straight down into Berlin, but not before being chased by an enemy aircraft. I'm not gonna lie, what follows is possibly not only one of the greatest things ever captured in a gangster film, but also in a war film.
There's a Jerry on our tail. He'll put buttonholes all over this old crate.
That's what he thinks. Give me that. Straighten her out, kid.
That's right, fuck drive-bys. Armed with a streetwise Chicago gangster attitude and a Tommy gun, Ward Bond was able to do a fly-by shooting on a fucking airplane. And that is how we won the war. With Tommy guns and gangsters. After a lucky ass slap, they parachute down and, oh no, looks like he injured his knee when his dummy hit the ground.
Where's Joe?
Well, the last time I seen him, he was out on a limb.
Oh, I get it. God damn it, 1940s, you're starting to lose me. First things first, gotta hijack a truck. Oh, nice. They're on their way to kill Hitler, and they've captured the Ark of the Covenant. Who am I kidding? They're fucking gangsters. Of course the truck is full of booze. How can mobsters always hijack a truck full of liquor without even trying?
I get it now. You fellas are gangsters.
Oh, now you're figuring it out? Shooting down a plane with a Tommy gun wasn't an indication? Their luck doesn't last for long as they're pulled over by Nazis, who are very easily fooled.
Listen, mister. We just got information.
They know that. They found your plane.
We must get to your district leader at once, like prisoners under guard. Can you fix that up?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, I can see why the Nazi is starting to believe him. He's not even attempting a fake accent! The boys claim to have an urgent message for the Fuhrer, but are temporarily placed in a holding cell that's being recorded by Mr. Hahn, I don't know. Regardless, SS Officer Gullible Weiss still doesn't know if he should trust them.
They are the kind of people our Führer would choose for a desperate mission.
American gangsters? He confesses all of this to Ilse von She-Wolf, who sends Colonel Klink back on his way to find out which one is secretly Bob Crane. But what's this? She's not really a Nazi and wants to bring down the Reich? Wait. This movie is sort of like Inglourious Bastards. If that movie was actually written by Uncle Sam. Things don't seem too bad in the jail cell. They've got a 5-course Popeye's chicken dinner. Guess spinach wasn't the only thing delivered safely to Germany.
Well, certainly them two X's ain't kisses. It's the old double cross in spades.
God damn it, 1940s! I don't know what any of those words mean! They get a secret card letting them know how to escape.
And it's signed at the bottom, Rosebud.
Rosebud? Yeah.
Rosebud? You said the magic word. I now love this movie. They're able to talk their plans over by smearing delicious mashed potatoes over the microphone.
In political cell 15, microphone does not work.
Yeah, and your German's coming in a little fuzzy, too. They manage to knock out some guards and steal their uniforms, but they're not out of Stalag 17 yet.
What do you mean by sneaking into this office without knocking? Come here!
Yes, sir.
What is your name?
You want to know my name? It's Frankie Ubachop. They escape with their contact, only Dutch is sadly killed by the smoke coming from his blanks. Now time to find a little safety, and to give Johnny something to wear other than fucking long johns. Elsa, meanwhile, pretends that the Americans simply took her hostage and that she has nothing to do with them. Uh-oh, this is the part where Christoph Waltz strangles her.
Poor old Dutch.
You just realized your friend is dead? I hope they don't replace him with Joe Besser. The boys come out of hiding when they hear the secret whistle. Yankee Doodle Dandy? Come on, how about something a little less obvious? They're then taken to Elsa's secret headquarters and, oh, I hope this is not a snuff film racket.
Unfortunately, you moved a little faster than I thought possible.
True, Johnny's already going in for the shoulder rub.
You remind me of a little gal back home. Betty Paradise. Remember her, Joe? Pretty as a picture. And just as dangerous as a pocket full of loose razor blades.
These 1940s expressions. You can pretty much say anything in that tone and it'll come across as witty and wry. Baby, you're as pretty as a Chesterfield filled with cauliflower. Elsa becomes offended when she finds out Johnny is in it only for the money.
You know, you're quite famous back in England under the name of Rosebud.
And the music is telling me I should start hitting on you now. Of course, with all of Hitler's body doubles, the biggest question is, how are they gonna tell if they've captured the real Hitler?
It is even more childish than that. My operation left a crooked scar on his lip that made him appear to be sneering all the time. He grew his mustache to hide that scar.
Really?
Baby, these two little fellas are gonna live with me from now on. They can bring on their phony Hitlers. I got the password right here in my pocket.
Funny, I thought he always had that mustache because if anyone should have a Hitler mustache, I guess it should probably be Hitler. Once the SS shows up before their auditions for the producers, they inform Elsa that Hitler will be making a stop by her place come nightfall. 'Cause why not? That'll help further the plot of this 70-minute movie. The boys even hear them mention that if the Americans aren't found, Hitler will start killing women and children in the village. And now they figure out Hitler isn't the greatest guy in the world.
Just let me get my hands on that Hitler.
But first things first, I'm gonna shove Charlie M's testicles down his throat, then I'm gonna bury him a few miles outside of Vegas. Oh shit, there he is! Oh, never mind.
As far as I'm concerned, you can take that million and stick it right back in the treasury. Right now, the only thing I want to do is put a stop to the killing of dames and kids.
But before that, I should probably stop calling them dames. In order to break into the party, the gangsters dress up like the hired band, and then after this they can sneak into a screening of Nation's Pride. While Steve attempts to figure out what a violin is, Hitler finally arrives. You'll have to excuse his tardiness. He was busy messing with the drunken Goldensteins. Hitler is portrayed in this movie by an actor named Bobby Watson. Yes, only in the 1940s could Hitler be played by a guy named Bobby. But honestly, he doesn't do the worst job in the world.
Munich, birthplace of the Third Reich. A city destined to live forever in deathless history.
It makes me wonder where the actor is actually from in real life. What? Springfield, Illinois? That's where I'm from. And this actor played Hitler in 9 different movies. So let that be a lesson to my fellow Springfield residents. If you work hard enough, you could make a career in playing Hitler.
Turn around. You are not properly dressed for dancing.
I'm sorry if my gown doesn't please you.
It does not.
Oh snap, Hitler is Mr. Blackwell. Soon enough, the boys are recognized by Hitler's men, and this is gonna get pretty... Oh, well, that was easy.
Don't shoot me! For how much? Oh, I'll give you anything. I'll give you $500 million. Do better than that, Toots. I'll give you anything.
Ward Bond called Hitler Toots. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, if anything slips here, this guy's gonna get turned into a mess of dog meat. And not very good dog meat at that, do you get it?
Yeah, but a dog would probably still eat it. The remaining gangsters take Hitler downstairs where, oh no, not his mustache, the source of all his power.
I'm gonna give you a quick once-over, baby. Looky here, what I've got for you.
No, please! Please! No!
Yeah.
Don't kill me! No!
Ward Bond shaving Hitler. You know, I'm perfectly okay with putting that in the history books. Ward Bond himself pinned down Hitler and shaved that chaplain right off his fucking face. As you can see, the scar proves they're dealing with the real Hitler, and oh shit, this is where he's gonna scalp him.
Kill me! No!
I don't know if I'd want to go around saying that I have a lock of Hitler's hair in my pocket. Apparently, Hitler's mustache was the source of his power because his own men don't even recognize him now. Of course, back then, if you took your glasses off, you wouldn't be recognized. Hitler tries to run away, but...
I'm about to die!
Nice. After this, though, the movie gets significantly darker in its remaining minutes.
War among men is one thing. But when it comes to butchering kids, there ain't a guy in the world, I don't care who he is, that'll stop fighting for 1 minute till this rotten breed of Nazis is wiped clear off the face of the earth.
Are you trying to tell me the Nazis are evil? Kinda already knew that. Ward Bond then gets killed by the Nazis, and damn it, I miss the movie being about Tommy gunning airplanes. Although Ward Bond still remains a badass even in his final moments.
I ain't gonna be here to get you. But brother, somebody will. Somebody will.
I don't know if this is a happy ending. I mean, sure, they killed Hitler, but they also killed Ward Bond. That bites! Oh right, these guys. Might as well end the movie with the millionaire and the reporters, if for no other reason than they were at the beginning of the movie.
But if Hitler's dead, who's this we hear about all the time in Hitler's place?
Who knows? Who cares?
What? The fuck do you mean, who cares? There's a new Hitler? That's a scary thought! Wait, the end? I want to know if new Hitler was killed off quicker than new Coke, damn it! So there's Hitler, dead or alive. You can easily see that Inglourious Bastards may have gotten a little influence from the thing, be it a few parallel plot points, such as a German entertainer helping a group of Americans infiltrate a party to assassinate Hitler, and the movie even kills Hitler off in its own way. But the question is, how is the movie itself? Ward Bond shot down an airplane, shaved Hitler, and called him Toots. This was a good week.
Say, while we're over there, how much would it be worth to you if we knock off Mussolini at the same time?